Yeah, a fashion designer and you don't know how to create this petal flower, in this video, I'm going to be guiding you on how to make this from start to finish. All right, my name is Chiwendo. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Eco Designs to Fit. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you want to do well by subscribing so you get notified for whenever I upload a new video. Now, here are the materials you're going to be needing for this particular petal flower. I have right here with me my shiny face bridal satin. You can also make use of a doll face or any fabric of choice. You'll be needing an interface. I'm making use of the lightest type of the interface, which is called paper gum in Nigeria. You can also make use of hairstay or peplum gum. So whichever you want, you can make use of that. Now, I will go ahead and cut out my fabric and then fuse in this paper gum into it carefully. You can see without having any rumples on it. So I've prepared my fabric and it's time for us to create our template. So for this particular petal flower design, you need a template, which is like a guide or a design which you're going to be working with. So here with me is a color gum. I feel like it's strong enough to create these templates. And first of all is to mark out a guideline. Okay, so after marking out the guideline both vertically and horizontally, I'll be marking out 7 by 7 inches, which is practically what you can see me trying to mark out right now. So in height, I will go ahead and mark out 7 inches, and in width 7 inches, which is basically 7 by 7 inches. And after that, I will connect it like a square and then cut it out. Okay, now once you're done cutting this out, you already have your squared templates. Okay, it is not going to end there because we have to create the actual template that you want. So whichever design you want, you go ahead. Let's assume you are making a different kind of petal sleeve, which is not going to form like the one we are replicating. This is exactly what you're also going to do. Okay, now after that, you go ahead and fold this your squared paper into two and then mark the upper part and the down part. Okay, now having marked that, the next thing I will do is from the side. Remember that one part is on fold, right? Now from the part which is open, you're going to go in by 1.5 inches, which is what I did right here. And then after that, I'm going to bring in my French curve. All right. Now, once I bring in my French curve, I'm going to place it right at the top, which is the upper part of this my template, and then connect it using this shape to the lower part. Can you see what I just marked out? Okay, this is quite very simple. All you have to do is replicate exactly what I am doing and you are good to go. So having done that, go ahead and cut it out just like I'm doing mine right now. All right, and then after that, the next thing you want to do is to create your different shapes. Okay, because we have to get like 3 shapes. Okay, 3 shapes, the same shape but 3 sizes. All right, so this is what it should be looking like after you must have done the first. So this is the first one, which is the biggest one. Now after that, from the upper part, I'm going to go down by 1.5 inches, and after that again, I'm going to equally go down by 1.5 inches from the first 1.5 inches. So now I'm going to bring in my French curve and also connect to the down part just like this. So what I'm basically doing here is creating different sizes for this my template, but because we need to work with 3 different sizes. If you want to work with 4 different sizes, which means that you are going to mark out 4 different sizes. I hope you understand. Okay, now having done this, I'm going to label it. So this is the number 1, this is the number 2, this last one is the number 3, which is the smallest one. Okay, so this is what they're going to look like. Now once you're done with that, we are going to start to cut this out using our template on our fabric. Okay, So because of the narrow form of my table, I went ahead to cut out just exactly what I'll be working with. And after that, I went ahead to fold it into 4 places because you need to have this unfold. Okay, and you need to cut out for both the lining and the actual piece, even though no one is the lining because we are working with the same fabric as the lining and the actual piece, but one is going to be serving as the good part while one is going to be serving as the wrong part. Okay, so now having folded into 4, I'm going to go ahead and start to cut out. So I'm going to cut out the first one, which is the biggest one, and when you're cutting out, you can see I added half an inch sewing allowance because we need this half an inch to turn this fabric. Okay, now I've cut out the biggest one. After cutting it out, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out because it is no longer needed, and then I'm going to work with the second part of it. Now I'll place it on my fabric, and then I will also be adding half an inch seam allowance just by the side. Okay, the lower part is actually okay, you don't need to add up anything. So I've cut out the second one, and this is what it looks like. You can see I have 2 pieces, which is why we folded into 4. And then having done that, you're going to cut out the second part because it is no longer needed. And then we're going to cut out the last one, which is the smallest one, and stay adding 0.5-inch seam allowance, okay, by the side, just by the side, as you can see. And please, when you're cutting this out, you have to ensure that the folded part of the template is right on the folded parts of the fabric. Okay, so here we go. Now the next thing I'm going to cut out is to use each of them to cut out as many as I can. Okay, so what I did was to cut out 6 pieces of each. Remember, we are cutting 2 for both lining and actual piece, so we went ahead to cut out 6 pieces of it. Okay, you can go ahead and cut out 5. It depends on how much you want the petal, like how full you want the petal. Okay, you can even go 7 inches. Now having done that, you are now going to cut out the base, which is the circular base is going to lay on, and which is why I folded this my fabric into 8 places. 8 places because we also need to cut out a circle, a 360 circle, you have to fold into 4, right? Now that we are cutting for both the actual fabric and the one that is going to be serving as a lining, I folded into 8 places, and then I went ahead to mark out 4.5 inches all around. You know how we cut out our circle? So this is what I did right there, and voila, this is what I have. Okay, so this is our base, which the petals are going to be sewed into. Now I'm just showing you how I'm going to be sewing this on my sewing machine. Okay, and that is how I'm going to be sewing the circle, and then this is how I'll be sewing the actual petal piece. Okay, but we are going to move over to the sewing machine so that I will show you exactly how to do this. So here we go. I'm running my stitches on the circular base, as you can see. Now once I get to a particular point, I'm going to top stitch, as you can see, like stitch it up, and I left a little bit of space where I'll be turning this around, because you know that this is a circle. Is either you sew all around and then create a hole underneath where you are going to turn it out from, but you can see the way I sewed mine, and after that I went ahead to create notches, okay, just so that the edges will lay flat. Is either you notch and cut out some of the seam allowance, not every of the seam allowance. Do not allow your scissors to go through the stitches that you made. Okay, just leave a little bit of some allowances. You know what I mean. Okay, I don't need to explain too much. If you're already a pro in sewing, you understand what I'm saying, right? So having cut this, I'm going to turn it around. Okay, and once you turn it, go ahead and give it a good press, okay? And then you stitch up the space that you left where you actually turned it out from, right? So this is what I'm basically doing. I hope you understand everything I've been explaining, because this is quite very, very simple. So now that I've closed up the opening, I'm going to go give it a good press. And yeah, I'm also going to go ahead and stitch up around the petal piece. Okay, so I'm going to do this one after the other, but I'm just going to show you how to do quite a few, because we don't have much time. This video is already long and we don't want it too long. Okay, so this is how I'm sewing the petal piece, and having done that, I'm going to cut out some part of the allowance. Okay, not all, just like I said, do not allow your scissors to go through the seam. Okay, now after cutting it out, I'll go ahead and flip it over to the good parts. So this is what I will do until I replicate this same thing for each of the pieces, for the bigger one, for the medium size, and that of the smaller size. Okay, so I will now finish up with the rest and show you guys what we have. Okay, so this is me just trying to explain that I'm going to turn all these pieces. Okay, now I am done with that, and this is what we have. And also you want to serge the lower part, because you know that this bridal satin phrase, okay, it has tendency of fraying, so you need to serge it. Now, having done all of those, I'm going to create a line where I will start to sew in my petals. Okay, so this is me just trying to create my borderline. All right, so what I did was, from the edge of the circle, I marked 2.5 inches. It all depends on what you want. Okay, how big you want your petal flower to look. Okay, so now I'm going to start to stitch them into. My first stitch is going to start just before the circle. Can you see? Not inside the circle. Okay, just outside the circle, but very close to the line that I created. So I'm going to keep stitching this until I finish up the 6 big pieces that I have. All right, so you have to watch me as I do this. It is quite very simple. And you guys, at this point in time, if you haven't hit on the subscribe button, or you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe. This way you're going to be encouraging me to put out more videos. And also remember to share our videos. That way YouTube will know that you guys love my videos, and they'll be able to share it out for a lot of audience to see them. Okay, and thank you as you do that. So this is me trying to finish up with the biggest part of this petal piece. All right, you can see what it looks like. It's already forming, and this is looking so gorgeous, so demure, very, very gorgeous, right? Now don't forget to cut out your threads so that you won't have your work looking all rough. Now, having done this, we are done with the first part of it. We're going to continue to sew in the second layer, just like this. You guys, I intentionally wanted to show you how to create this from start to finish, like showing you everything. You can see I'm literally showing you everything. This is why this video looks like it's too long. It is better for you to watch from start to finish how this is done than skipping this video. All right, so please do well to watch, replicate this design, and you can also share it with me either here on YouTube, or send me a message on my Instagram page, Eco Designs to Fit, still same name. You can find me on every of the social medias, Eco Designs to Fit, on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm right there, Eco Designs to Feed. And please do not forget to go follow us on Facebook if you want to watch most of my like process videos. You want to visit our Facebook page. Okay, so guys, you can see we are almost done. All right, so you can see this is the second layer, and after that I'm going to start sewing the last layer, which is the smallest one. Okay, So guys, we are almost done with this, and I hope you have enjoyed this video so far. Okay, so you can see that it's actually very simple. I don't know what else to explain because you are seeing this right here on the screen. You can see that this is actually very, very simple to create. Okay, like I said, please do not forget to always cut out your thread. Okay, it is not good to leave your thread lying around your fabric when you are sewing. So guys, I'm already sewing in the last one. Okay, so you can see for the second layer I use only 4 pieces, right? But for this last layer I'm going to be making use of only 3 pieces, even though I cut out as many as I thought I needed. But yeah, I ended up using, okay, the first layer I used the whole of the 6, the second layer I used just 4 pieces, and this last layer, which is the smallest one, I'm making use of only 3 pieces. Okay, well, yeah, it's actually good to cut it out in excess just in case. Okay, after creating all this, the places I felt like it was looking empty, I still used the remaining ones to fill it up. Okay, so that is what you can actually do. It is very, very simple. So the little space I have in between, like in between, I'm going to use my beads to fill it up. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the places that I feel like is looking not too full. It's not like you cannot leave it like this. It's looking full already, but this is what I want. Okay, so after I must have done that, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the middle part of this petal flower with my beads. Okay, so this is me showing you what I've done for the other side of the petal flower, because I actually created 2 of this. All right, I already showed you how to create one part of it because this is actually meant for my sleeve, and you know that we have 2 sleeves, right? Yeah, so now you can see I have my crystal beads and I also have my thread. I'm going to go ahead and use it to cover up the space in the middle. You don't want to leave it like this because it's going to look a little bit rough around that area. If you don't want to use your beads to cover it, you can also use the fabric. All you have to do is like get a fiber or some people pieces of material. Okay, stuff it inside the pieces and then tack it on that middle part. Okay, so yeah, this is just me. If you already know how to bead, this is very simple. I use cluster beading to cover up that area. It is actually very simple, so do whatever works for you, however you want it. Go ahead and cover up that space. Okay, so guys, we are almost done with this, and this is going to bring us to the end of this tutorial. Here is the final look. I'm just trying to create my knots. Okay, after I must have covered up this the opening with my beads. Can you see? So once I'm done, I'm going to flip it over so that you will see, even though you have already seen the other one that I beaded. Okay, so yeah, if you enjoyed this tutorial, please do well to share it to your family and friends so that more people can get to see it. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.